A Shell Station Moment. I storm down the driveway, a billion thoughts attack me like balls on a pool table, all coming from different directions. I take a deep breath and look up to the sky. Why? Why is this my life? I don't even have to wait for Mom. She pulls the car up next to me, she reaches across and pops open the door. She's all smiles. As she drives us home, I lean my head against the window, watching the trees blur past. I don't say a word. Mom looks at the dashboard. We're low on gas. She pulls into the Shell station on the corner. That is not where I want to be right now. I just want out of here. I say, I'm going inside to get a root beer. She nods and motions to the middle console where she keeps spare dollar bills. I snatch a few and hustle inside, not even looking for root beer, just wandering around, trying to use up as much time as possible so I don't have to be near her. Find the root beer. I jump. Mom's done pumping the gas already. Still looking. And right there in the chip aisle of the Shell mini market, she has the nerve to ask me the question, so, how was the party? So I tell her the truth. I whirl around and face her, my arms folded tight. The party was horrible. She tilts her head. Why's that? I heard them, Mom. They don't know I heard, but I did. You asked Miss Santos to partner me up with Chloe. You called Chloe's mother and made her invite me over. You. Oh, honey. She bites her lip and turns to look at the chips displayed next to me instead of at me. Dad told me what's been going on. Dad, why? I shake my head in disbelief. He was worried about you. He said you were afraid Chloe would never talk to you again. I knew you'd never come to me again about stuff at school, so you thought you'd ruin my life? That's taking it a bit far. You just need a chance to talk to Chloe, to spend a little time together with her again. Show her who you are. I'll tell you who I am, Mom. I'm the girl who might be friends with Graham, except that we never talk to each other between 8 and 3. I'm the girl who doesn't tell on people because they would hate me. I learned that the hard way. I'm the girl who doesn't get invited to parties, sleepovers, movies. Instead, I get to wear the janitor's sweater when I'm cold. I count cans of spaghetti sauce, and I spend my time with a group of misfits who don't think I even belong with them anymore. That's who I am. I turn and reach into the refrigerator and grab the closest thing I can find, Gatorade. I'll be at the counter. Even as we check out, she keeps at it. But you love Francis and Miss Jean. They're not moving up to middle school with me. I need to find some friends my own age. That'll be $2.34, the cashier says in a low voice, like he feels bad for interrupting our moment. I hand over the cash and head for the exit without waiting for the change. Have a nice day, the cashier says. Yeah, right. When we're both in the car, Mom turns to me. Why are you so upset, Allie? There are so many things I can say that will answer this question. Because I want to be a member of the Pentagon, just to be respected, because I miss my owl presence, because I want to jump on Donnie's trampoline before sunset just once, and because I'm around hundreds of people all day, but I'm alone, completely alone. Being an insider at school, knowing all the ins and outs, I'm part of a secret society. It all makes me an outsider. Mom reaches for my hand, but I pull away. I have a confession, Mom. I hate being the principal's kid. I know. I can hear Mom sniffling in the other room. Outside, I can hear Dad using his sander in the shed. We all keep to our safe places, not inviting each other in. This is fine by me. It just adds my parents to the list. I know Lexa is mad at me. I know Maddie is on her side. I know Chloe doesn't want to be friends. The only thing I don't know is what Graham is thinking. But out of everyone in this entire universe, right now, Graham Parker is the only person I want to talk to. Basketball can fix this. Usually, I'm the first of the afters to arrive at school. But every Monday, Graham and his mom come in early so she can get her supplies ready for the week. My typical routine would have me warming up in the cafeteria, chatting with Frances as she organizes the cafeteria chairs and kindly offers me her sweater. But instead, I have come prepared. I am wearing a coat. And honestly, I can't face Frances. I skipped her birthday to go to a party I wasn't invited to. Mrs. Parker is in her supply closet counting out pieces of construction paper. In the far corner, Graham is on the computer. Hi, I whispered to Mrs. Parker. She steps closer. He could use some perking up. I don't know what's wrong with him today. I wink at her. I'm on the job. I hold a basketball behind my back, knowing this surprise will lure him away from a computer game. Well, hopefully. I go closer. Graham is making a replica of this school in Minecraft. The janitor's supply closet should be bigger, I say, looking over his shoulder at its creation. He says nothing, doesn't even flinch that I've suddenly appeared behind him at 7:30 in the morning. Can we talk, I ask. Busy. I pull the basketball out from behind me and drop it in his lap. First 1 to 10 baskets gets a drink to drink both Sprites this afternoon. Graham looks up at me. No. What's going on? Fine, come play basketball with me or I won't show you the easy tutorial I found on how to play You Are My Sunshine on clarinet. This isn't technically true. I found a video of someone playing the song on a flute, but these details can get hammered out later. Fine, he says, but we have to make it quick before any other kids get here. Promise. No game. Out on the blacktop, the air is cold and misty. Before I can even explain the rules, Graham grabs the ball and powers towards the basket. He makes a layup, then he catches his own rebound and keeps on shooting as if I'm not there. I get it. He never intended to play the game with me. At least this is a good time for me to start with my apology. Tell him that I shouldn't have gone to the party. Look, Graham, I'm sorry about Friday. Don't apologize to me. Lexa and Maddie are the ones who deserve it. He shoots a three-pointer. Swish. But it may be too late. I pace back and forth. I didn't mean to hurt you guys, but you have no idea how hard it is for me, how awful it is to have your mom be the principal, Graham interrupts. You're not the only one, Allie. You have no idea how hard it is that Joel Weber has been humiliating me for years. It all started when you embarrassed him when he made you that ring out of grass. Wait, I embarrassed him? That makes no sense. Everyone was laughing. Graham sticks the ball under his arm. It's like he suddenly can't stop talking. Not at you, Allie. They were laughing at Joel. You ran off on him, and he was humiliated. So he took it out on me. I guess he was jealous of our friendship. This isn't what I came for. I shake my head confused. So you're saying Joel being mean to you is because of me? Graham shrugs. I'm sure that's just part of it, but yeah, basically. And when it didn't stop, I decided I was on my own. I wasn't going to pull you into it and maybe make it worse for both of us. So I had to figure out a way to make Joel's words slide right off. I had to act like he couldn't get to me. I blurted out, "Is that why you wear the red cape?" The mist is making his face wet, but that's not the only reason he wipes his eyes. Remember how you once told me about the meaning of owls? I nod. Owls are the keeper of secrets. He pauses, then looks directly at me. I'll tell you only if you'll be an owl for me. I take a step closer. Of course. After a deep breath, he says, I wear the cape when I'm scared. I wear it on days when the only thing I have to look forward to is hanging out with you guys after school. I pretend I have El Guapo's powers. He drops his head, but don't tell, even if we aren't friends anymore. What do you mean? We are friends. No, Allie. The other day in the cafeteria, Joel didn't fling that huge milk ball at the trash can. It landed on me. Everyone laughed and whispered that you would tell on him, but you didn't. But I didn't know. And then at recess, Joel set up Lainey to fling that ball at me. You did nothing. I rushed over to you. I tried. You're not being fair. Graham shakes his head. I know, Allie, that's the problem. I know you want everyone to forget you're the principal's kid, but deep down, I want you to tell your mom. I can't ask you to. I just want you to stand up for me once in a while, but you don't. He shrugs, like he's trying to shake off this whole situation. Doesn't matter. Some other kid went and told on Joel. I'm not even sure who, but your mom found out and wanted me to tell her what happened to get the story straight. Oh no, that must have been the conversation in Mrs. Parker's classroom, the one that Graham doesn't know I saw. Mom asked you to tell the truth about what happened at recess? He nods, but I refused. If I told her the truth, who would Joel assume was the person who ratted him out? The person with a reputation for that, maybe? I look down. Graham turns back to his one-man game of basketball. Swish. Most people at school probably think we hardly even know each other anymore, but I know you love owls because of your grandmother. I know you I know you're going to miss Francis when we go to middle school. I know you count spaghetti sauce cans with Miss Jean, and you love it. And I know that you want to be on the Pentagon, not just because you're good at math, but so people will like you. I take in a breath. How does Graham know all these things? I've never even told him. He continues, and I know that you clean up the messes that happen because of me, but only when no one will know that you might actually want to help me out. What are you talking about? The spitballs, all of them. I know it's you. You're trying to get rid of the evidence that I don't fit in, or maybe it just reminds you that you don't fit in either. My stomach twists. Graham stares down at the blacktop and says in a low voice, I've decided that I don't want part-time friends anymore. Friends who only stick up for each other when no one else is looking, who leave as soon as a better friend comes along. I can't listen anymore. Isn't he the one who said we would only be after-school friends? Without glancing back, I turn and run through the mist into the school building, sprint down the hall, and burst through the doors of the cafeteria. Frances looks up. I'm sopping wet and have a face full of tears. She holds her arms out. Come here, sugar. Let me give you a hug. As I hug her, a group of bus kids flow into the cafeteria. I can hear some whispers and snickers, but I don't care anymore. I hug her tighter.